24th of October 2022, Monday. Now guys, apology for today, my voice is still not as good as last few weeks because I'm having a bit of breathlessness right now, and I got the XBB variant. I think, yeah, having a bit of lethargic and tired, but still I promise to do this MAO every day, so let's do it right now. Now, the three big reasons why last Friday rallied. Now, of course, we saw on last Friday, we saw some selling initially. And I was warning about what may happen to BOJ, and it really all happened. So we look at it and we see what can we learn from that, okay? Now, before we go into that, let's just make sure that risk management is taken control, and thank you, Ames, for the kind sponsorship. Now, first of all, the last Friday, the Dow Jones recovered and went up by 700 points. That is the best week since June, right? So you can see the incredible U-turn of the market. You can see that that's incredible. The market was back on Thursday. It was down all the way to 30,300, and then on Friday it went up to above 31,000. And of course, the main reason was because there are some Fed officials are very concerned right now over the over tightening with the large rate hikes. And of course, when you have this thing happening, that will boost equity market. But is that the only reason? So let's just look more into detail. Now, first of all, let's look into BOJ. Did BOJ intervene? Now, it is really incredible. Until now, BOJ has kept mum on this, despite the whole world knows that is all can see is her intervention, okay? And of course, the intervention was really incredible. It caused a lot of whipsaw in the market, and definitely everyone in the market industry knows that it's a blinding obvious that BOJ intervened. So what did they do, right? So first of all, let's take a look at the major foreign holders of the Treasury securities back in August. Was the latest one. September is not out yet, but we can see very clear the top country that's holding the US Treasuries is Japan, and from July until August they have dropped quite a bit, right? That means they are really liquefying a bit of position. So I'm quite always half surprised to see the September number be much lower than this. Now, if the BOJ are releasing the US Treasuries, what will happen? Now remember, I have been putting on videos and said that, right, the yen itself is one of the reasons why the yen has climbed past the 150 mark, and it went higher. And on 20 October, I said that many people were saying that it will hit 150 and pull back. I actually cast a doubt on this. In fact, I said that it will hit about 151.50 area or so, because I believe that the market will not give you what you want. Usually when people are not prepared or they're complacent, and that's where it happened. So remember, back in 22nd September, right, BOJ stepped in to intervene when it hit on 145. Yes, the yen flushed down to 140, but less than 15 days, the market went back up again. So that is the reason why I felt that this intervention is really fruitless, and that's the reason why I suspect that BOJ doesn't want to really tell you this, okay? So let's look at the chart right now. You can see that the market really went up. The high was about here itself, about nearly 151 80 to 90 level. So my 151.50 level was around this area, and bam, the market came down crashing all the way from 151.50 area, jumped down all the way to the low end of a 146.60 level. So which means that the market, okay, let me just change the highlighter. Okay, the market actually collapsed, okay, from 151 about 80 level, okay, it slammed down all the way to 146.60 level, okay. Now this is a lot of points. Can you look at it? I'll change the color for you guys. So the market has dived down almost 600 points, okay, that's all the way in. Then after that, you can see that the boys came in to buy. That's my buy indicator, and the boys been buying non-stop all the way up itself, okay. And then again, when the boys have to sell again, the BOJ is coming in. I believe it went down, but look right now, it stopped here perfectly at 145.50, and now it's back up again today. So this is a really big fight between the BOJ and the boys. Now you look at it carefully, right? The BOJ are the one who's dumping the market. You can see very clearly, but the rest of the world is buying in. So that actually tells you that this could be a fruitless fight here as well. And if the market if the BOJ cannot sell enough, then the next thing is going to go back up again, and this is going to be very, very ugly. All right, it can be very, very ugly. So that's the reason why I am saying this. It's fruitless. Okay. Now, what happened now? If the BOJ has dumped the US Treasuries, right? So the dollar definitely will be affected, and that's the reason why we saw the dollar coming down. Okay. Now, when the dollar comes off, the dollar has to go to somewhere else, right? So what did they do? So by bringing the dollar down, the dollar has to go to somewhere else to make some money, right? That's why likelihood they went to the equity market. So that is something that I didn't realize that they could have done that. So that's my bad. I was wrong on this, but still, now we know that the money went to the equity market. But the question is this, okay? If that is the case itself, right? What is happening right now is because the bond market is another big concern. Yellen has already expressed her worries of the loss of adequate liquidity, okay, not lack of this in the treasuries. And the thing is that we can see that some investors felt that recently the treasury tumble, right? Some investors are saying that this could be a turning point. Some they felt that, right, the US Treasury should be thinking of buying some bonds and stuff like that. Now, if the US bonds is not going to do well, definitely it's going to affect the market. And of course, there are speculations saying that there could be a bigger problem if this is going to continue. And of course, there could be a bond market flash crash. Wow, if that's going to happen, and so it's going to really shake the entire equity market. So first of all, BOJ has done their part. But the second reason why the market actually recover is because now the Fed officials are all coming out. Okay, now 1 week ago, they are expecting the higher rate to stay in place, right? It's 1 week ago. Surprisingly, when the stock market keep on coming down as well, right, they decided to change their direction, and some of them said that down, they should step down or lower or slower down their rate high. Okay, but again, it's a split camp. Some of them, like Evans and Harker, both of them say that nope, let's continue with the rate high. So you could have a split camp here. But if you're gonna ask me, right, this is all the BS that have been having going on around, because the last time we have this again, they're telling you that they are telling you there's going to be potential rate cut next year, and of course the market just continue to bite up because they know that the interest rate will go higher. All right, so they're not going to tell you rate cuts. They're telling you that, okay, let's slow down. So you see, I mean, it's just like a game played by the boys. They just playing with you, and of course, as a retailer, you can never beat them because they just can flip it around. The other good reason, and the last reason, I think that the reason why there is so many the buyer on this Friday was because of this. Okay, remember I was telling you guys that when everybody is doing the same thing, like this guy at this point right now, when everybody is buying, okay, and the volume is so high, there will be two expect here. One, the market will already crash because everybody will win, because everybody will want the market to go up, and then the boys let go, and then that's it. But if they do that, then of course the boys will pay a lot of money, right? So I was telling you, so on the flip side, if let's say there's so many people on the put side, then the market can actually turn it around and do this instead. So if they actually realize that there's a lot of people buying the put option, what they can do, they just have to bump up the market instead. So when you bump up the market, right, that means that all the put options will expire worthless, and of course that means the boys will win this game. So this is why I think the three reasons why the stock market recover on Friday. But again, let me say this upfront. Will this continue? I don't think so, because certain things you use once in a while, or one time. So if let's say the US interest rate factor still continue to go higher, the dollar recover, the BOJ cannot hold back, and of course again that's piling people buying into, and that pressure on the earnings, all these can change the market once again. So this is the reason why I'm going to give you this thing now, the important neckline of the dollar. Now this is the important neckline that I've been drawing for the last 2-3 weeks, and I say that 111.80 is a very important point. Now these are the three common points that we are seeing on the RSI, and that's the reason why I felt that it's going to be very useful. If the market dollar, the US dollar can stay above 111.8, then that means that will bring it back up again to 114 figure, and that will bring the equity market down. Now, on the flip note, if the US dollar do come down to 110, and then that means that the equity market has more room to go higher. All right, so this is a very, very important chart. So remember to put it somewhere for references. Okay. Alright, let's look at the US market and the regional market for today. Let's take a look right now. Now, first of all, you can see over here itself, as I mentioned, that we have a very big breakout on Friday. It broke above the 82.5% figure, and I shared with you guys before that if it goes past this number, it's just at 30,487. It will go and touch this figure at 85%. That's 31,411. Brilliant. It has done that. This is really pure technical. All right. So as long as the market can cross above 31,411, the next target could be as high as 32,230 area. Okay. But if the market is resisted right over here itself, then maybe it may have to come back down again to retest 30,487. Alright, now as a moment now, we can see that the main thing that is causing the market not to continue rally is this market, China. Now China today, after the restructuring of the Xi Jinping's party, remember, the market doesn't like it at all, so the market is sold down. Now the market is down quite a fair bit. Okay, the market is down almost like 1,000 on the China A50, and I've been telling you guys this. There's a very good chance that China A50 will touch 11,877, the level that I mentioned 2-3 days ago, and it's seemingly coming. And of course, does it affect Hong Kong? Obviously, I'll come to that later. All right, so let's take a look right now on the US market individually. Okay, first of all, the Dow Jones today, because the last Friday, the big movement, we have the new BNB right now. The RL is at 31,141. So as long as the Dow Jones stay above 31,141, the upside should go back up to 31,309. But because of the pivot to one resisting it right now, just take note, if the market finds strength and close above 31,309, I strongly believe that it will go all the way to 31,846. It's not because I'm turning my tune or I'm changing my position. No, because if the boys really want to push the market, there's nothing we can do. All right. And of course, if you look at from the lowest point here to where we are right now, the market is up by 2,500 points. Now, seriously, so if you ask me to buy it right now, it's a little bit too hard to buy right now. I'd rather wait for the pullback to buy. And a moment now, but of course, if the market really breaks 31,309 and you really feel like chasing it, I mean, I can't stop you, then you can go and aim for this 31,846 because that's the MA200, okay? All right, but for at the moment now, the thing that's supporting you, both my KSI and my KRW, both are supporting you, and that's what is pushing the market higher, okay? Now, how about the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ we have is also pretty interesting. Let me just take this away. Now, the NASDAQ we have is that it's a new BNB on Friday. So now the BNB RL is 11,334. Now, as long as the market stays above 11,334, the NASDAQ can go higher. But the thing is this, my KSI and the KRW is having the negative signal. So I don't think the upside will be that much for today, okay? S&P 500. Now, S&P 500 is like the Dow Jones. It has the blessing of the indicators, and the KRW and KSI is the same direction. That's why the green arrow is there, the new add-on feature. So as long as the market stays above 37.59, that's a BNB RL, the market could go all the way to 38.86. All right, this is something that watch out for. But of course, if the market pulls back, then there will be some selling. Now today, pivot 1 is 37.09, so which means that as long as the market stays above OP, it's a pivot 1 buy signal, classic buy. Yeah. Now Hang Seng, you can see right now Hang Seng has collapsed today. Oh my god, looks so bad. Today is a DJDD. The opening price was an Omega today. That means that the opening price and the day high is the same. Let me see, can I get for you to take a look at Omega? Give me a moment. Yep, there we go. You can see that the Omega signal is there. It's Omega signal. Okay. So the thing is this. As it's a DJDD, so usually the market will stay at the low end if it stays below open, and of course it's below MLP. It break below pivot 2, so everything is bad. KSI, KRW both bad, so that's why there should be some selling. But of course you cannot sell all day long and doesn't have any reprieve, right? So you look back at the chart, you notice that I cannot find much support until here, and that is pretty bad. That means that the market has a chance to go down all the way to somewhere around this area. Let me do the coloring, okay, to get it clear for all of us. That means that the Hang Seng can go all the way down to 15,000 before we can find a support. 15,000 is not really too far away now for the market to drop that much, but still, this is still going to be bad. FYI, the market has dropped almost nearly 1,000 points already. Okay, this is really bad. Okay, now Nikkei. Now Nikkei today, because of the dollar yen, has recovered a little bit. Okay, the Nikkei initially went up, but this is how the BNB works. Okay, 3 days ago, the BNB RL was at 27,364. Can you see over there? Okay, so I'm gonna put the level there just for you to understand that. Okay, so the next 2 days, the market have hit the support level. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? This is support level, and the market bounced around there. So you look at the chart, you look at the 15-minute chart, you see the amazing of this BNB. Let's take a look here. So you can see right now, yep, here we go. So the market hits the BNB SL level, the support level, and bounces. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, and it bounces off here very nicely. Okay, very nicely. Okay, then after that, it came back down the next day. It went below it initially, but it bounces up again and it went up. Now, what's the crazy part is that today it touches the RL and it couldn't go higher, and bang, he came back down. So don't you realize that this BNB is incredible indicator? This is something that you don't have people talking about because this is my own creation. And as long as the market bing bong around here, we can't really see much. So it's more like sell here and buy back here as well. Unless the market breaks here, then the next selling could go down all the way to 26,434. Now the KSI and the KRW are pretty mixed here in the moment, so watch out for that. Okay, all right, let's look at the oil market. Now crude oil market is coming off right now. The high was 85.57 today. Now KSI is red, KRW is cyan, so it's a bit mixed back here. The BNB SL level is 84.27. The last few days, every time it comes here, every time the market rebound. So as long as the market can stay above 84.27, it's okay. But if the market really close and stay below 84.27, then the first support will be 82.73. Okay, and would that affect gold? Definitely. Now gold is definitely going to be affected if the dollar stays strong. So let me see whether I can get a dollar latest chart right now. There we go. Now the dollar today is already trading above the 111.80 level. Now currently now it's 112.08. The high today is 112.30. To me itself, it's okay after a bit of selling. It's good to have a recovery, and if the market stays further and move upwards, then that will mean that the equity market may fall. Yeah. Okay, so if the dollar goes up, the gold will likely pull back. Yeah. So the gold may pull back down to 1646 today if the market breaks below OP. But the tough part is that today is above OP and above pivot 1. Usually there'll be some buying interest, which initially the morning we saw that. Now KSI and KCX, KSI is selling, KCX is also a bit of selling, so it's like anytime any weakness, it will bring me back down. Okay, and of course we have some silver. Silver has came down to $18, right? Pretty good level, and then bang all the way up again. So to me, I've been telling you guys this: if you can buy some silver around $18 as a first try, and the best one will be at $17. That'll be the best of the best. Okay, so $18, try to buy some, $17 buy more. And of course, now if there's going to be a stronger dollar and with silver back around $18, we can try it again. Okay, and last two will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So of course, if the dollar actually comes off, usually it will help the Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin went all the way up to 19,690 this morning, but now has pulled back, and there's a bit of stack around here at 19,350s area. So if the market stays around here, we will have a bit of support. It may push it back again to 19,500 series. But of course, the BNB SL is 19,000. It has to stay firmly above this. If not, it may pull back all the way. But the good part is for today, for the buying, 18,613 is the pivot 1. So if the market can stay above OP, the buying will still come in. And last but not least is Ethereum. You can see right now Ethereum has found strength at the BNB support level and is pushing up. Now it's very different from what you saw in Bitcoin. And if Ethereum can stay above 1341, we could see 1397 coming along. Okay. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Apology for my voice. I will try to recover ASAP. Take care. Have a great day. I wish you the best. See you then. Bye bye.